Hello and welcome back today to the part 2 of the Vegas review series. Today we're gonna talk about our poker results. So if you're into numbers, this is gonna be the one for you today. All results revealed, nothing held back, so stay tuned. I prepared this Excel sheet here. A lot of work, thumbs up for that one already. This took me 2 hours now, I think, because I also implemented some formatting to make it look quite nice and to see exactly the results, whatever. So we're just I put in here all the dates which we played, I arrived in Vegas on 20th of June. The first day I played was 21st. I put in here the cash game we played and here the tournaments. And now we're gonna put in all the numbers, all our exact results. So first day, 21st of June, we played at Win. And already arriving there, something I immediately noticed. Huge waiting list everywhere, all stakes, so 2-5. I think there were 60 people on the waiting list and we went there in the afternoon, maybe 2-3 o'clock or so. And then I already knew, okay, 2-5 is gonna be tough. The first plan, was to maybe play some 2-5, then get a bit used to the games, whatever. I'm sorry. And then play some 5-10, depending on how 2-5 goes. But already, given the huge waiting list, we had to play some 5-10. So we jumped into the game. I remember it was a really fun game. We did quite well. The table was okay-ish. We had some really big hands. I hit trips in a 3-bet pot with Jack 8 on Ace 8 free, 8 on the turn, got paid. At some point I was up 1.5k, I remember. And then what's a bit different, which I never saw, in the Win they pay hourly rake. Every 30 minutes you pay $7 or so, maybe a bit more. And what they would do, every instance they would play a bomb pot. Every player puts in, let's say, 5 blinds, which would be $50, and they would start from the flop dealing 2 boards, and the winner of that hand would pay the rake. So that's the deal. And if 2 people, so you play 2 boards. And if 2 people win on each board, they chop basically. If you win both boards, you win the whole pot, and if the other guy folds, you win obviously as well. So you pay the rake from that pot and that's it. And that was not a great idea to play that. First, I had no clue about strategy. It's really tricky to think about, okay, I play this on this board. What's happening on the other board? Can someone have a hand which beats me on both boards? If you have the nuts on one board, basically you can just go ham, because you can try to bluff the other guy out. So the better position is super important at that point. Stuff like that, a lot of strategy. Basically it's huge variance, because you already from the flop you have $400 in the pot and you played 2 boards now with a random hand. End of the story, I lost that day 1.5k in those bomb pots. I was down a lot after those. I mean, down a lot. I had maybe 2.5k at some point in my stack. At that point, at the end, I had 700. And they would straddle whatever. They would play quite high stakes. At the end, I had 700 left. I got King Queen offsuit in the small blind. Small blind. Under gun straddled once more. I opened, everyone folded, I opened 280. Big blind, who was an aggro rack, 3-bet me a lot, 3-bets to 240. Straddle folds. I rejammed the 800 because I thought, man, he's gonna 3-bet me a lot here. He thinks I just tried to steal the straddle, whatever, who was a really loose guy. Anyways, I have King Queen offsuit, chipping in after his 3-bet. He calls, he has jacks, flop, jack 10. We flop an open-ender, but he flops quads, so that already. And that was our first night at Win. Win is a really nice casino, really nice atmosphere, probably one of the best to play cash game, but I'm not sure about the tables might not be the best ones. Why is the formatting not working here? I'm sorry. Okay, so after day 1, already down 1.2k. That was not the most amazing start there. Next day, 22nd of June, again, I wanted to play 2-5. This time we went to Paris where they play the WSOP events. So there's the tournament area and on the other side they have a cash game area. And the waiting list was for 2-5 again, super long, but 5-10 was available in the King's Launch, which is a special place. You just get in with a certain tag. And yeah, the waiting list was not long for 5-10, so I said, okay, we're gonna try again. Play some 5-10 this time again. And basically, the game was not too bad, not amazing, but we were really card dead. We were in for 1k. Yeah, not too much happening. At the end I was down to 500, got it in with 10s against jacks, blind against blind, did not get there, and bust another stack. So we're down 1k the second day as well. Now it works, nice. This is overall our results. This is cash game, this is 5-10, this is 2-5, and here we're gonna put in the tournaments. Should work like that. Then we also played that day together with Pierre. We played the tag team event, which was 1k buy-in, which we divided. We busted quite a bit before the money, I think around middle of the field, so I'm gonna put it in like this. And that's another $500 down. Not too much happening there. So overall, 2 days in, already 3k down almost. Next day, the goal or the plan at this point was really to play 2-5, grind it up again, and then maybe take another shot at 5-10 at some point. But once more, huge waiting list on 2-5, so I thought, man, why not? I felt quite confident playing 5-10. Tables were not crazy, you know, I got some experience playing online 5-10, and these 5-10 tables, maybe you can compare them to whatever, NL100 online, some good drags, a few fun players, whatever. So definitely plus EV to play. Obviously huge variance. The thing is, this day, I documented this day really exactly on Instagram. I started at midday, I think it was. This one is even in the vlog here, the huge day, the biggest pot I ever lost, it was called. I had a really good start, doubling up right away, again in for 1k, then doubled up in a good spot, got up to 3.2k, then we played a huge pot, and we're all in and lost with a flush against the full house in a 4-bet pot. And that's another stack gone for us. I just stood up and did not play anymore. So we're in now, 3 days, down 4k. Nice, good start. After that start, you know, we had to take a day off. After that, I had to reset myself. This was not a great start, these 3 days. Then, 1 day later, we come back, this time, finally getting a 2-5 seed at Paris. So waiting list. At this point, from this point on, I almost always played in Paris because this was the easiest way to get a seat. They had a lot of dealers, they had a lot of tables, the waiting list was never huge, so I would always play there pretty much. I was waiting on Caesars one day, but I was just on the list, maybe 20th in line, waited there half an hour, did not advance one spot, so I just said, F this, I'm just gonna play in Paris. Even though the field probably is the toughest in Paris, because this is the spot where they play the WSOP events, so all the tournament players go there to play some cash. And that's not gonna be the usual casino tourists playing there, that's all poker players pretty much, so this is definitely gonna be the toughest field, I think, for cash game. Yeah, First day here, we have our first good session, doing decent, and we finish with a profit of $226. Finally, green number here. Same day in the evening, we go to Bellato. Also a good spot. We win another decent session. I think I played from 8 o'clock until midnight maybe. We book another profit. Good for us. Finally writing some green numbers. Next day, Paris again. This I remember was a huge session. I was up 1k or so. And then I play a huge spot, which was maybe a bit of spew, maybe not. It was a weird spot. Basically I rejam, I think 1.3k with ace-jack offsuit. In a straddled pot where the other guy... This was a really weird spot. Basically there was a short stack. Went all in for, let's say, 20-30 blinds, and I tried to re-isolate after another guy cold calling, which I thought was always weak there. At the end, we jam in 1.2k, and he has to call off his stack. He thinks about it, he has queen suddenly, the other guy, which was also deep still, and we just tried to push him out. The other guy had nines, and we lose a huge pot. But still, I'm happy that we still could manage to end up with a profit, $4, which was quite surprising that day, you know, after that huge pot. Next day we play 2 sessions at Paris. One session we profit 346 and 158, so it's 404 in total. Another green number, which is nice, you know, trying to recover a bit from 510 here. Good stuff. On the 28th of June, we play another WSOP event, which is the deep stack. We finish. We didn't do too bad, but we didn't get into the money. This is an estimation. I don't know the exact place which we made, you know, we exited way before the money. I would say like in the middle of the field, so I put in the middle here. This was $600. This tournament, minus 600, not plus. Alright. Tournament's expensive. Huge variance, obviously. Next day, 29th, we have another decent session. We profit 259 at 2.5. Nice, you know, all just winning sessions until now. Next day, another one. Similar spot, we play really well, grind it up. Feel really confident. Then we get a huge pot in a 4-bet. Basically we 4-bet bluff against the rack in early position, and the flop comes down queen xx, and we get it in at the end with ace queen on queen xx. Huge pot, I think 2k pot, but there's no way we can. I talked about this hand with some guys, I think it's fine. Basically in 4-bet pot I lost a lot, especially when I tried to bluff pre-flop. But it's fine, you know, we still book a small win. Could have been way more, obviously. But whatever. Then we play on the 2nd of July, we play the mini main. I take another day off here. At this point, you know, after playing, how many, 10 days already, I was a bit, you know, not sick, but I would take some day off, not play every day all the time. Which I never did, actually. I played just maybe 5-6 hours at most. I'm not a grinder who plays there 10 hours in a row. Could not do that. Anyways, this was the closest spot we got to the money. At the end we finished 1,300th place. Out of how many people? Out of 5 to 7 people, 800 in the money. Close, but definitely deepest run so far. Another 1k down. Again, 4k at this point, we're down. Whatever, another day off. Then we come back on the 4th of July. This was the first really good session. We profited 814 on 2.5. Just felt really great, you know, having a good winning day. after 2 weeks in, you know, it's a long time after this place. And then we take another day off. I think there was something happening, whatever. And the next day we come back and we have another huge day at 2.5. Definitely really doing decent. At this point, we almost get close to seeing some green light again. We're down 1.5k now overall, doing really well on 2.5, recovered all the 5-10 shots. But the bad day arrived the day after. I talked about this a lot on Instagram. This was our only bad session, which I definitely made a huge mistake. Because I was not in the mood for playing. I went there, we had a really bad start, then I spewed off the last 300 because I didn't want to play at all. 1k down, this was definitely avoidable. I shouldn't have played here in the first place. Yeah, whatever. You always learn something. It's always good to keep in mind. And then we just played tournaments, Lucky Sevens. This was such a nice tournament, it was super soft. It was 7-handed, which is amazing to play. So much fun to play, but we just couldn't get cards going. First flight, we maybe made it to the middle of the field. 777 gone here. And the second flight, we went. This again is an estimation. We didn't know our exact position at this point, but we busted again. Really fun to play. We played after the break, even after the late rack closed, but we couldn't manage to get in the money, not even close. This was huge variance also. At this point we were doing really well, but everyone had like 20 big blinds or so. It was a ton of variance in this spot. But again, really nice to play. 7-handed is amazing. You got so much space, you can play so many hands, it's really fun. So that's it for our Vegas results. We're down 4.1k, that's the exact number. Again, live poker is huge variance. We definitely made quite a few mistakes. We could have avoided a lot of spots, but you know, it's whatever. We're used to it. Some variance is fine. It's not. Our bankroll is not on the line, so definitely something we can take in account. It's not a huge deal. Anyways, the tournaments especially, you know, just ricking all of them is a huge deal here. Obviously, 3.6k they were down on the tournaments, and the shots going wrong. Imagine us winning this huge pot here on 2.5. We put in here up 5k. That's gonna change our whole trip, you know. Just one pot we played there. But again, what if doesn't exist. That's what happened, and that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Just a clear, honest truth about how we did in Vegas. Nothing to be proud of, but nothing to be embarrassed. That's poker. That's how it works. We all know the game. Anyways, I hope you appreciate. No, I can't speak. It's too long for the video now. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, I really appreciate all the support. Leave a comment, leave a like if you made it until this point. Leave a crying emoji if you made it for us losing 4k. I appreciate all you guys supporting the channel and the stream. That's amazing and all that matters. So it's not about money, it's about what we enjoy doing. It's most important. As always, see you in the next video maybe, and have a good time. Bye bye.